Okay, so today we're going to be talking about lesson 5.3, which is all about how to compare ratios. So example 1 says that Dustin had 3 hits for every 5 at-bats. So every time he's going to at-bat, which is 8 times, he makes 3 hits. And then Adrian has 4 hits for every 10 at-bats. That means that the 10 times he was in the batter box, he made 4 hits. So you want to figure out who has the better hits to at-bat ratio. And so they give us our beginning of our table here, 3 to 8 and 4 to 10. Now what we have to do before we can compare them is we need to have an equivalent at-bat. We can't compare these 2 hits because right now it's saying that Adrian has, the better, he has more hits, he has 4. But we can't compare them because the at-bats are not the same. So to be able to truly compare who has the better hits ratio, we would have to compare them when they have the same at bat. So we're going to go ahead and extend the tables for both of these. So the first I'm going to do is Dustin. I'm also going to do Adrian's. So Dustin is 3 to 8. So again, in our previous videos, you can either do repeat addition or multiplication. So we're going up by 3s each time for the hits. I'm going to make one more, go up to 15. And then my 8s are going up by 8 each time, so 16, 24, 32, and 40. And then with Adrian, I'm going up, I'm doing 4 to 10. So I have 8, 12, 16, I'm gonna do one more, I'll go up to 20. And then I'm going up by 10s for the at-bats. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So now let's look at where the at-bats are equivalent or the same. So our at-bats would be the same when they are at 40 at-bats. So now that we have the same amount of at-bats, that means they've both been in the batter box the same amount of times. Now we can look at how many hits they made. So Dustin made 15 hits and Adrian made 16. We know that 15 is less than 16. So Adrian had the better ratio of hits to at-bats. All right, so I want you guys to try this one. So Marlon had 6 hits and 15 at-bats. How does Marlon's hits to at-bats ratio compare to Adrian's? So you can kind of just copy down the one that we already made for Adrian. Because we're doing the same thing, we're going to compare that to Marlon's, which is 6 to 15. So I want you guys to compare these two, fill out the ratio table for Marlon, going from 6 to 18, expand that ratio table, and then look for where their at-bats are equivalent, and then you can compare and see what is their relationship, how does Adrian's ratio compare to Marlon's. So if I was to go ahead and fill out this table, I would have 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. And then for the at-bats, I would have 15, 30, 45, 60, and 75. And again, I want to look for equivalency here of where their at-bats are the same. And for Adrian and Marlon, their at-bats are the same at 30. So they've each been in the batter box 30 times. And when Marlon was in the batter box 30 times, he had 12 hits. And when Adrian was in the batter box, he had 12 hits. So these ratios are equivalent here. So they had the same at-bat, hits to at-bat ratio in that scenario. All right, let's try example 2. So due to compatibility and size restrictions, only certain types of fish can live together in an aquarium. If there are 15 mollies in each tank with the ratio shown on the right, which tank has more fish? So first I want to write a ratio table for each tank. And so in tank 1, we had 4 guppies for every 5 mollies. And tank 2, we had 2 angelfish for every 3 mollies. So go ahead and let's extend these ratio tables. I'm going to extend this one more to make so I have an equivalency of fish. So what I'm looking here for is the one fish that they have in common is mollies. And so I need to make sure I'm looking for where the mollies are equivalent. And so they are equivalent at 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up how many are in each tank. So in tank 1, we have 12 guppies plus 15 mollies. And in tank 2, we have 10 angelfish and 15 mollies. So how many total fish would we have in each? So in tank 1, we would have 27 fish total. And in tank 2, we would have 25 fish total. And since 27 is greater than 25, we know that tank 1 can fit the most amount of fish. All right, so I want you guys to try this last one on your own. Tank 3 has a ratio of 3 guppies to 4 angelfish. Complete the ratio table to find the number of guppies, the number of angelfish in tank 3 when there are 12 guppies. So I want you guys to fill out this ratio table right here and find that when there are 12 guppies, how many angelfish are there? So if I went ahead and filled this table, I know I have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So angelfish is going up by 4 each time, so I would have 8, I would have 12, and then I would have 16. So what this question is saying is that when I have 12 guppies, I know that I also have 16 angelfish.